Hello, my name is Faith Therapel,
And I'm Allie.
and we are the Thursday nurses here at Harmony House. And Harmony House generally is just a sheltered home for families, so it could be men, it could be women, and with their kids or without their kids who are from a home or a house filled with domestic abuse. So this is just a little protection zone for them and to be safe at the moment.
Yeah, and Harmony House has some programs where they help get people into housing, they help get jobs, they provide transportation. So it's a really, really good opportunity for people who need to get themselves out of a bad situation, but they're also incredibly at risk because some people leave without their medications that they need for chronic illnesses. They might not have their kid's asthma inhaler. So sometimes it's very sudden when they pick up and leave. So they still have a lot of healthcare needs that aren't met here since this isn't a health facility. So
Right.
that's some of the things that kind of put them at risk. Um,
Other things that I would say puts them at risk or makes them vulnerable, these are most of them are women. So
mhm.
about a good 90% of them are women in this facility. And what makes them vulnerable is based on their stories is usually they've been with this abuser or perpetrator for a very long period of time, not knowing what a relationship or what a healthy relationship is outside what they've been through. So no matter
Mhm.
what happens, no matter what where they see themselves, they end up get going back to what they're used to, and that is that abusive relationship, that domestic abusive relationship that just not only hinders their health but also hurts them physically and emotionally. And I think that's what makes them very vulnerable because they don't have an idea of what a healthy home, a healthy relationship looks like.
And that also affects their definition of health, because for some of them it's simply like physically being safe, not having to worry about someone attacking them in their sleep, or some of them have like been poisoned. So for some of them it's just like the very basic, physical needs of I have food, I have a roof over my head, and I'm not going to get hurt. For some of them, it's having their medications with them or their kids' medications with them. And some of them who have maybe been here and been able to separate themselves from their abusers for a little bit longer are starting to move towards the I want my own house, I want to be able to pay for my own medication, and they are focusing on a more holistic view of health instead of just the very basics, like I just want to be safe.
And like the main thing with them is also that emotional health
Mm-hmm.
because they've been in this relationship where they've been emotionally battered and having that little stability, knowing that how to take care of themselves, that self care other than hygiene, but
Mm-hmm.
self care that emotional, physical, and mental defines how healthy they are as a human being. And those are things that they have individually testified to us about.
Mm-hmm. And mental health is something that is a huge factor here, either with their abuser that has affected them, or they said that is the reason they keep going back to their abuser is because they're not mentally healthy.
Right.
And there's also the psychological, like spiritual health that some of them are trying to kind of lean on now that they're here and they've gotten over their abuser. So
I agree with you, Ali.
thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just talk about our education, our health
Yeah.
education, and a little bit of extra things that we have done so far throughout the semester. If you want to talk about the hand wash,
Yeah, so
favorite.
we started off back in like October. We did hand washing with the kids. So we had them come in, we had them coloring, we had some colors out, and we went ahead and put germ powder on all their hands while they colored. And then we took them in. We have a darkened room, showed them the germs on their hands, and then we talked to them about how to properly get all that off and how to do good hand washing. And we kind of talked out here about what germs are, good germs and bad germs, how you wash your hands, because they live in very close quarters here, and it's not always the cleanest environment, because sometimes the kids help clean or the moms help clean for points, and so it's not always like hospital quality. So if one kid gets sick, then everybody gets sick. We see mice and
Oh, yeah.
stomach flu like flying through the So teaching kids how to properly wash their hands is really, really important in kind of like an upstream like lesson
Yes,
to teach them because
definitely.
if they're cleaner in their rooms, then mom won't get sick, and mom can go to work, and then the kids stay healthier, and it's just
Has
a
help
good cycle.
help health stream model.
Exactly.
Definitely. And I'll talk about our low stress management, which was our educational learning that we taught them November 3rd.
Yeah.
And the main thing and the reason why we went with stress management, just because most of us individuals have come from a home where they've either been the caterer, as in taking care of the house, taking care of the family, not having a job because their perpetrator have just excluded them from the outside world. So not knowing what to do outside of the parameters the perpetrators have set for them, and now being on their own, having to have the responsibility to look for housing, to look for jobs, to look for a good school or good environment for their family, for their kids, just to have that little safety that they need. All this are all factors that put stress into their life. And for most of them, they're still dealing with that emotional stress, still feeling scared that when they go out there, the perpetrator can come back, the abuser can come back, and just having that emotional, that mental mindset puts stress on them, as well as puts stress on the way that they can facilitate the things that they need, and not only looking for how well they can learn how to take care of themselves, and if they have their children, also have to take care of their children. So we taught them just ways to manage the stress, ways to and ways the stress also have an impact in their life physically and mentally and emotionally and psychologically as well. So I think the main point from our lesson was just what it does to the body, what it does to the brain, and ways they can rehabilitate themselves. So the non-pharmacological ways to deal with their stress, as well as when it comes to a pharmacological method, ways to add higher to their medication as well.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Hallie?
I mean, that was pretty well it. We just talked about some of them. A lot of the people here have chronic hypertension or lung disease because there's a lot of smokers here. So we kind of connected it with this is what's already happening in your body, and this is how stress makes it worse. So we wanted to make it relevant to them and kind of emphasize we can't make the stress go away, but how you deal with it and cope with it can alter the ways it negatively affects you, which was a big thing. And then last week and then this week, we've done our coloring hour because stress
Coloring
is
Zen hour.
Zen hour. We had slow jazz. We brought in some coloring pages, some coloring pencils, and invited the moms. This was for moms, not the kids.
And the
Kids,
kids, kids were
kids to show
here.
up. There were kids everywhere. We invited them to come down and just have an hour to color and chat and listen to music and just not worry about anything. And so it was a really good way. Coloring's therapeutic. It reduces stress. It was
Definitely.
a good way for them to chill and be creative and kind of facilitate some friendly interactions here. And then also we got to talk to them, which is great because when the residents here are more relaxed, they tend to open up more and talk about themselves more. So it's a good way to kind of peek into their lives. Plus, we got to play with some of the kids who like to sharpen pencils and steal each other's papers and stuff. They're cute. So yeah, those are some of the ways that we've been trying to work health education here in a way that's relevant for the residents. So yeah,
Yeah, Harmony Hill.
Harmony House.
In general, do you think you've enjoyed your clinical experience here?
It has definitely been eye-opening. I know that I personally only knew about domestic violence from like how media portrays it.
Mhm.
I never had a first-hand experience with that. So hearing some of these stories and some of the things that these people have gone through, it just like blows my mind. And it shows there's a whole other layer to society that some people never see or are never aware of the situation that's happening, but it's happening right in front of these people. Um, be aware
Yeah.
of the red flags.
To me, it just goes to show me that we all have a different definition of what we define as health, and for some people, just hoping that they can sleep and wake up in the next morning and be alive to take care of their kids defines how healthy they are. And being in here just makes me feel like it shows me how privileged I am. And even though I'm not that wealthy, but knowing that I can sleep and wake up, and if God determines I will be alive, I would be alive, or I can be able to eat 3 meals a day, or I can have health insurance and go to the hospital whenever I want. It's just knowing that sometimes people go through a lot more than we think, and just knowing how well to communicate with them. And I think this clinical site definitely gave us that opportunity to have that therapeutic communication
Oh yeah.
that is very important with nursing. So for that, we say go Harmony House.
Yeah.